Today we are shooting the newest episode of Signature Dish, and we are here at the Wapiti Pub and Restaurant on Fall River. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Jeff Abel from Estes Park Living with Signature Home Team. Welcome back to our channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining us. We share insider information about Estes Park real estate market and all of northern Colorado, and tell you what it's like to live in one of the most beautiful places on the planet. Today we're back with another episode of Signature Dish, where we shine a spotlight on great local eats and the amazing people behind them. We're headed into the Wapiti Pub and Restaurant, a place that's as Colorado as it gets, from wild game burgers to scratch-made comfort food and a big selection of Colorado beers and whiskey. Let's go check it out.
Hello.
Hey there, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Awesome, thanks for having us in.
Absolutely, glad you came in. Yeah.
Should we grab a seat? We're here at the Wapiti with one of the owners, Tory. And Tory, thanks for having us out today. It's good to be in here before things get busy, so we can get a little bit of your time and have some quiet to shoot in. You've been working here in the restaurant business in Estes Park for a few years now, right?
Many years.
Share a little bit about kind of how you first got started in the restaurant business, and we'll bring this story full circle by the end of the interview.
Sounds good. My first job, actually, working in high school, I was working at Wendy's. So I've been in, restaurants kind of caught my eye. Started tending bar in college. A friend and I came and worked here in Estes Park summer 95 and 96 at the old Elkhorn Lodge. It's been fun watching that project unfold. Yep. Then moved up here full time in 97. Actually started working in this building when it was Nicky's. Awesome. Working for Nick. He became a great friend and mentor, and met my wife here. I was the bartender, she was the hostess. So this has always been a special place for us, for sure. And we helped her family open a restaurant downtown, Chilitos, if you remember that one. It used to be in the middle of downtown. Kind of helped open a couple other restaurants and got to the point if we were going to do another one, it was going to be ours. And Nick actually called me in 2005, asked me if we were still looking for a restaurant, and the Wapiti downtown Estes was for sale. And Dennis Roberts had started that place and knew him pretty well too from being out here. And that was kind of the beginning of the story there. We got in there and cleaned the place up and wondered what we had done. And
that's the typical restaurant story,
I think that's normal. Yeah, we thought we knew what we were doing.
You get into it and you're like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, something like that.
It seems to have worked out okay.
It's tracked pretty well from there. So, yeah, it has.
So you guys took over the Wapiti downtown. We
were there for 18 years. Okay. And then a couple years ago, we actually had a guest mention that they saw Nicky's was selling some equipment on Facebook. We knew Nick had already sold the place in 2019, so this would have been 2023. Yep. And we wondered what else they might be selling and started to make some phone calls. And found out that the family that had bought it had decided they were ready to sell. And so here we are. The banker is supposed to say no, but he just kept saying yes. So
well, that's awesome. This is obviously one of our favorite places. We love to come out here with friends. We're out here fairly often. It's a good place to just kind of come and hang out. Great vibe, whether you're in the big room here. There's the outside areas, I'm assuming super popular for you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Having that
right
space, which is more than you had downtown.
Quite
the vibe a
more
little
seats,
bit.
Yeah. And having the parking lot out here helped a lot. Downtown parking's just gotten a little bit tighter over the years, and having the parking lot, we see a lot of local faces out here, which is great.
So now you have your restaurants here. But you've also running a couple other restaurants. Would you share a little bit about those? Because we actually stumbled into those, both of them, before we knew you were involved in those. Sure. Tell me a little bit about those.
Yeah, so 2014, we heard that the concession at Mariana Butte Golf Course in Loveland might be available, and put together a package. So we've been down there since 2014. We do all the on-course beverages, refreshments, all that kind of stuff, all the golf tournaments. It is open to the public, which is nice. A beautiful location down there.
It is.
And then, it would have been 2020, actually, it was during COVID. There's a place in Fort Collins called the Mayor of Old Town, kind of where campus meets Old Town. 100 beers on tap, really, really neat architecture, great design in there. And our son Avery was actually working with the former owner there, and just texted him to see, hey, we saw the place was for sale, how's it going? And Kevin responded, it's going well, you and your family are gonna buy it. So that was June 2020. It's like, no, we don't need another restaurant.
Especially right now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of uncertainty at that time,
Yeah.
but a great location.
So it's been 5 years down there, and it's really been a great spot.
The move from downtown to out here, I would expect that was a little challenging because not just the actual move, but the size of the restaurant is significantly bigger out here. You're obviously able to serve more people, and it takes a while for people to find you in a new place. So how has that process gone, and how is it been in this now for a couple years?
Oh, it's been great. We started the process for the building purchase probably February that year. By the time we closed in April, closed on the building, there was just a lot of cleaning to do, and we were kind of we'd run downtown, and then we'd come out here at night and clean, and it was some back and forth, and that we got through Memorial Day weekend and said, okay, we've got to close one so we can get the other one open. So we got open June 20th out here, but there's a bigger story there if you want me to kind of tell it. So like we said earlier, Nick was a good friend and mentor to us, and he was really excited that we were coming out here. We were, kind of phone calls and texting and stuff back and forth, and so it would have been Father's Day, June 18th. I texted him that we were going to get open that week out here. We really wanted him to come out. His granddaughter actually texted back that he was in hospice. We didn't realize that he had some illness that he was going through. On Tuesday, June 20th, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there's tools everywhere. The place is kind of a mess. My wife was like, we have to open. And I was like, I need like 2 more days. She's like, nope, we're gonna open. So we loaded all the tools into the cars. We had some friends in town, so they came down and had a drink on the patio, our first official guest. And so Nick always drank Dewar's Old Fashions. That was kind of his cocktail. And so I made a couple Old Fashions, probably 7:30 for Bernice and I. Was on my way, and felt my phone go off. His granddaughter texted that he had passed that day as we opened. And the following day, then on Wednesday, his family came out and they wanted to do the reception after the funeral here. So only Nick could let everyone in Estes Park know we had moved and we were open in 5 days' time.
Yep. So that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Everything happens in interesting timing.
It does.
It does, especially here in Estes.
There is something about this town. I have noticed that for years and years.
One of the things about coming out here that our group loves is we have our favorites that we tend to gravitate to, but you guys have a pretty good sized menu for a small mountain town restaurant, right? Lots of appetizers, you've got sandwiches, you've got, like you said, the steaks. Talk a little bit about the menu. What are some favorites that you sell a lot of?
Our fish and chips has been super popular. We show up all over the internet with that. It's, we bring in good cod, but we hand make our beer batter and hand dip them every day. So that's been a great one. Our Reuben, I'm a Nebraska boy originally, so I gotta throw props back to the creators of the Reuben. The Reuben's kind of a fun one because we actually cook the corned beef with a little IPA, and then we make apple bacon, kraut, and then our Colorado sauce, this Thousand Island with a little Southwest pesto mixed in. So everything's tweaked a little bit. Still very much a Reuben, but just kind of we put our little spin on everything in there. Slow beef stroganoff is one of our more popular dishes. We actually slow roast a chuck roll and shred it, and it does take us like 2 days to get that product ready to use, hence the name slow beef. Our nachos and wings, I'm a huge nacho fan. I have to limit myself to about once a week, or I could hurt myself with the nachos. Those are fantastic.
We love the Bacorn.
Yeah, the cheesy Bacorn's a good one.
Cheesy Bacorn
Yep.
Is a great appetizer. My wife loves the shepherd pie, Julie. So she comes in and I'm going to try something new this time, and about half the time she orders
the shepherd
pie. And I may do that with the patty melt.
Yep.
It's the go-to when I can't make up my mind.
Yeah.
The steaks are fantastic. We've had the steaks here. Honestly, I can say we've never had anything that we didn't like.
We appreciate that.
Everything has been great, and so I think it's one of those, there is something for pretty much everybody. We have one of our friends in our group that comes out as vegan, and she always walks away full and happy as well.
Good.
So
Good.
I know you've got a pretty big beer selection and a beer program. Let's talk about that.
Sure. So we've got 10 beers on tap, constantly rotating, mostly Colorado. We have a whole lot of old tap handles hanging above the bar from 20 years of rotating beers, so that's fun. We have about 75 beers in package, so cans and bottles. So we have a pretty broad selection there too.
The beer selection is great with what you have on tap, plus a lot of other Colorado beers and then your typical beers. I'm more of a whiskey guy, and what we've enjoyed is coming out and having a sip of whiskey here and there, tasting lots of new things. You've got a pretty extensive whiskey selection at the bar, and occasionally you have some things that are a little bit harder to find too. So
we do. We've been blessed with some access to some of that.
What drove the whiskey piece? Is that a personal interest of yours, or is that?
Yeah, kind of an intersection of business and pleasure for myself and my wife. She enjoys it as well. But I mean, I've been a Maker's Mark drinker for 30 years, and I've always enjoyed that. And just kind of wandered down that rabbit hole myself, probably 15 years ago, when a lot of the stuff was still a little more readily available. And something we've enjoyed featured. There's actually more distilleries in Colorado than there is in Kentucky. So with all the Colorado beers, we then started to bring in the Colorado spirits, and we thought whiskey was a nice palette to show that, you know, vodka and gin or vodka and gin, but a lot of fun whiskeys out there. And we do probably have 300 bottles that people can find the stuff that they're looking for most of the time.
If you're here in Estes during the summer, another benefit is the Gold Route shuttle stops right here in front of the Wapiti as well. So if you're thinking about coming out to enjoy some of those beers or some of that whiskey, it's a great option to have the bus ride out and back into town. I think it's time to try some food. What do you think we should try today?
So I think we're gonna have the cowboy chow today.
Okay.
It's been one of our more popular items over, gosh, probably 17, 18 years we've had it on the menu.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about it.
Kind of a Southwest pesto.
Well, here's our signature dish, the cowboy chow.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, you're welcome.
So Colorado's got a great culinary history, almost a crossroads. So we get things from all over. So this is kind of a Southwest-inspired pesto pasta.
Okay.
So there's bacon, jalapenos, chicken, peppers, onions, and we use a Southwest pesto that's got some chipotle and other great flavors in there. A little bit of a cream sauce to finish it off with linguine there. Some fresh cilantro on top, and the delicious garlic bread. It's almost a meal by itself. So.
Well, this smells absolutely amazing, and if this tastes anything like it smells, I may have a tough decision next time I come back.
We can push the patty milk back a little bit.
Oh my goodness. That's really good. That's really, really good. It's Southwesty, but it's not like overpowering Southwest. It's just a great balance of flavor. The noodles, the chicken. You got to try this when you come.
It's
you want a bite?
It's good. I'll take a little bite out of the corner here. We also can do this one with gluten-free pasta and gluten-free bread. A lot of our menu is gluten-friendly, and our kitchen is well equipped to handle any, especially allergy requests too. Awesome. Something we've really worked hard on doing. We're including a gluten-free fryer, so we can even do gluten-free wings, French fries, and some other things that a lot of folks can't get anymore with the gluten allergies. So
awesome.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. We get a lot of people asking in our Facebook group about where some gluten-free or friendly places, and I did not know that. I mean, I knew you could do lots of gluten-free stuff, but I didn't know the fried stuff. So
yeah,
that's spectacular. You also opened up this new space outside here recently. Tell me a little bit about that.
We did. So that actually is where the pool was once upon a time, before the '82 flood. And they kind of covered it over, and it was sort of set up as a little bit of a patio when we bought the place, and we added a kind of a nice pergola and cleaned it up, so it's another great patio right on the river. Easy to move tables around, plenty of space over there. We already had a little 40-person event over there. It's kind of the deadline we needed to get the patio done. We don't have deadlines to get things done, so and we'll probably use that for some events. So we do have the 3 dining rooms inside. The lounge is where we always seat, of course, and then We're sitting in the sunroom, great window and mountain view here. Then we do have the little more formal dining room, and we've been doing some events in there as well. And then the 2 patios, one over the river, actually on the bridge, and then the newer one right next to the river. So lots of great spaces.
So great space if you've got a big group coming in. Finding a place for a bigger group can be a challenge in town at times.
Yeah, absolutely.
What size groups can you do?
We can do up to 100 pretty easily.
Okay.
In smaller groups, of course, 40, 50, 30. We do those, it seems like almost daily. You know, we
Okay.
have a lot of groups like that in.
Awesome.
So.
Do you need notice for those, and how much notice do you guys like to have?
We like to have, people can reach out through our website, thewapitipub.com. There's a contact us button, great way to get there. And the more details we have up front, the better we can kind of get the calendar built. We do have a fair amount of events planned, so it's always worth checking. We get groups of 12, 15, even up to 20 that just come in pretty often, and we do have a lot of seats, and so pretty often we can get them in within a 15-20 minute window. It doesn't take us too long typically.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the food is fantastic. Again, it's one of our favorite places here in town, and I encourage you, if you're visiting Estes Park or if you're local and haven't been out to the new location, definitely come out. Tell Tory and the family we said hi, and enjoy some of this fantastic Colorado food, some of their Colorado beer and Colorado whiskey, and again, take that shuttle home if you do that. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you around town. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of Signature Dish. A huge thank you to the team at Wapiti for the warm welcome and the incredible food. Tory, Bernice, Wes, and Avery are absolutely fantastic, and we encourage you to stop by and say hi to them, let them know we sent you. And again, this is just a place you've got to check out if you haven't been here. As a reminder, I'm a licensed real estate agent here in Colorado, so if you have any real estate questions or are thinking about making a move, I would love to be your go-to resource. As always, if you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. It helps our channel grow, and then click subscribe so you don't miss next week's video. Until then, I'll see you around town.